I'm good afternoon, Saitlanders. How are you? I'm reading here. This is an old thing, ancient, roughly. Boom, boom, boom. Oh no, it's not that old. Not quite 2 weeks old. This article. Sorry, I thought it was from September. In any case, I'm reading here on Marula Media about. It's come out. What was the explanation, or what is the explanation for the fire at Carletonville Hospital in February of this year? I don't know if you guys remember that there was a fire at Carletonville Hospital. There were photographs on social media, and if I'm not mistaken, I published some on my groups too. And you might have seen them there. It turns out, according to the ANC, in response to a question asked in Parliament, that the fire was arson. And the fire was started, it could only have been started by a member of the hospital staff, and it was apparently started to destroy evidence in a PPE, personal protective equipment, PPE corruption scandal. They destroyed 16, almost 17 million rands worth of personal protective equipment, and did roughly 4 million rands worth of damage to the hospital. And I thought to myself when I was reading it, these people are animals. And then I thought to myself, if I say that on video, somebody's going to say that Simon is being racist. And I thought, that's not true at all. If I had been born 370 years earlier, in 1600, in Europe, and I had no idea of other races, in my entire lifespan, even if I lived to be old, the likelihood would be overwhelmingly, the odds would be, 10 million to 1, that I would never see a black person. I would maybe know about black people, Indian people, indigenous Americans, Japanese, Chinese, by books. And if there had been a scandal of a similar nature in my town or village in Europe in 1600 or in 1650, when I was 50 years old, as I am now, I would have, if somebody burned down a hospital or set a hospital alight, I would have used the same term in my mind. That's animalian. Animalian sets a hospital alight to protect themselves from a corruption scandal, or gets an employee of the hospital to set the hospital alight, to destroy all the evidence. Look, if you're desperate, you're desperate. If you're afraid that you're going to get into trouble, that you're going to get exposed, trouble not really, because whenever does a deployed cadre of the ANC ever go to jail for corruption? But if you were afraid of exposure, you might get desperate, set fire to something. But it's a hospital, for pity's sake, in a country whose health services are notoriously failing so badly that the government is endeavoring, private health funds, medical aid schemes, endeavoring to force private health funds, medical aid schemes to pay for universal health for everybody, health care. That's how bad the situation is. And there you have people burning down, or burning part of, destroying part of, with fire, destroying with fire part of a functioning hospital. That's really all I have to say on this matter. I read that and I was enraged. And it makes me even more angry to think that nobody will ever be brought to book. This is the South Africa in which we live, and it is not sustainable. Thank you very much for listening. If you enjoyed this video, please press the like button, share it, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks a lot, guys. Goodbye, and God bless you.